Hey, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a subscriber. I really appreciate it. We're almost at 8,000. I know that's not Kardashian level, but hey, what can I do? I'm a simple guy, I guess. So today's topic is going to be germinating seeds, or when's the best time to plant seeds, which is actually, from what I've read, during a full moon. And tonight, my friends, is an amazing moon. It is July 31st, and if you read the science behind lunar planting or moon cycle gardening, the reason that supposedly it's good to germinate seeds during a full moon is because, like us, plants are majority water, and the gravitational force of the moon supposedly helps the seed to draw in moisture and to draw in nutrients due to the gravitational force of the full moon. Sounds good to me. So let me tell you some stuff about growing lettuce, banking seeds, depth, and insect control. I'm going to try to cover everything I can. I just did this video. I got to about 9 minutes, and because I'm holding this camera and trying to do everything, I pressed the damn button and didn't realize I'd cut the video off. So I'm doing the entire thing over again. And I want to apologize to people who have trouble hearing. Often in the morning, I speak softly because over there is somebody who sleeps. He's a young man and he's a police officer, and he works a night shift, and I have to respect that. So I kind of Bob Ross sometimes, but he's on vacation, so I can talk at regular volume. And I like to do the videos early morning because the sun's not like horrifically strong and everything's not overly bright, so you can actually see what's happening. And in the Santa Cruz Mountains in the morning, it's just a beautiful time to be out here. So typically when the environment is acting normal, we have fog in the morning during the summer. And this fog is super important to our ecosystem because, as you know, we get only a few months of rain here, and then it's completely bone dry until winter again, till November. We won't see rain again. So what happens is this fog comes in, and these redwood trees that you're seeing all around you, a redwood tree has something like 5 different types of leaves, and these leaves are all designed from the tip to the base to collect the moisture from the air and then draw it down into the roots of the tree during the times of the year that we don't have rain. And they've been doing this for millions of years. And that's, these are these little critical things about climate change when people say, oh, just 1 degree, or oh, just this or that. This simple process, if there's no fog, the redwood trees will disappear because there'll be no water for them. Okay, off the gloom and doom and back to our topic. We're going to plant some lettuce seeds today. So first, you have to prepare your soil, which means giving it a good turn, chopping it up into as fine a grain as you can, because we have to make contact, the seed has to make contact with the actual soil. 2 big mistakes that people make when either starting their seeds inside in the winter or sowing seeds outside. One, they don't pre-moisten their soil before they put it in the container, or they don't pre-water their soil in the garden before they plant. If you have air pockets and the seeds aren't making contact with moisture or soil, of course they can't germinate. Second thing is, if you put your seeds inside dry dirt in a small container or on the ground, and then you hit it with a hose, chances are dry soil is going to just get knocked out, and then you have a chance of the seed getting knocked out and it being exposed to birds or insects. Second big mistake people make, they either plant their seeds too deep or they plant them too shallow. So it's really important that you get the right depth and know how to do this, and I will show you that in just a minute. The third thing that a lot of gardeners don't talk about, especially organic gardeners, is the preemptive strike. When you ask me, what is the preemptive strike? Well, At nighttime, almost every garden has snails, slugs, or earwigs. These three creatures come out at night, and even though typically they eat dead material and decomposing matter like compost, they really love seedlings. Who doesn't love sprouts? I mean, the nutritional value, they're easily digestible, and they will come in at night. You'll never see them. And one day you have seedlings, a beautiful crop of fresh lettuce or greens, and then the next time you come out in the morning, they're all gone. And I guarantee you those were slugs or earwigs that ate everything. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy your slug bait, as organic as you can, your earwig bait, and you're going to not put it on what you're eating, but around the perimeter, the far perimeter of your raised bed or your garden, right on the edge of where you're planting. And you're going to do this the day before or at the same time right after you get your seedlings in. And then that is going to knock out a large portion of those insects that would normally destroy your crop. Now, as lettuce goes, lettuce has to be planted typically every, I would say conservatively, 4 to 6 weeks. Because what happens is lettuce starts pretty and normal like this, minus the dirt for this. And then it goes through its full cycle. And as it matures and the leaves get super, super large, it starts to wants to flower or bolt. They call it bolting. Once it starts to elongate, like you see this beautiful ruffle lettuce over here, once it starts to elongate, it changes and it fills with milk, that kind of bitter milk. And you can see, not only is it elongating and changing its flavor, but it's forming flowers at the tip. So at this point, you have several options. You could snap that off if you're happy with just getting little sproutlings, because it will, if you snap that top off, it will form, you know, like new crowns will come out and there'll be 3 of them, but it's not really great and it's not the best taste anymore. You can allow it to fully go to seed and then save those seeds for your next harvest. And this is what I'm doing over here. This is a lettuce plant that I let to fully go to seed. And you can see it takes a while, but they look just like a weed or a dandelion. You snap these off, and these are so fresh. If you get these seeds in the soil right away, they will literally germinate in just 2 or 3 days, because they don't even have to rehydrate really, coming fresh off of the crown here. Your other option, if it's towards the end of the season and you live in a part of the country that can't grow greens year-round, is to bank your seeds. And how you bank your seeds is, first you want to dry them thoroughly on a napkin in a windowsill, not in super bright light, but just make sure they're thoroughly, thoroughly dry. And then I save my silica packets, because these silica packets, you know, you find them in crackers or medications. They will guarantee that your seeds aren't going to mold or take in moisture and go bad. This is my red lettuce. I just wrote on a Ziploc bag and airtight, and there you go. You've banked your lettuce. Okay, so that also goes for cabbages, kales, chard, endive, any of your green leafy vegetables, beets. My beets over here are actually going to seed also. Cilantro. You can see the cilantro is turning into coriander. And I'll plant these seeds and that'll be a new crop. This is a beet seed right here. And I will replant these beet seeds. And beets, I actually don't eat the beets until they're like really old and yucky. And then I pull them out of the ground and I dehydrate them, and I use the beet powder in shakes and things. I actually grow the beets for their greens, because it's a great source of vitamins and a nice green to add to your salads and what have you. Okay, so let's get to planting. I'm going to try to do this again without shutting off the camera. So our soil has been pre-moistened. It's been chopped up and raked finely, as in a fine grade, not finally like finally it's over. I've got a stick. It's a very advanced tool. And I'm going to come through, or you can just use your hand, and I'm going to make a trench that's only about 1/4 of an inch deep. Now, some people are really anal retentive, but my logic is you want to get the seedlings germinated first, and you can go back later and weed them out. You can transplant the seedlings and move them away from each other so they grow to their maximum size. But at this stage, we just want to get the seedlings germinated, and we can thin them later. They call it thinning the seeds. So I've got a trench dug about 1/4 inch deep, and then it's as easy as just sprinkling my seeds. And I sprinkle them generously, so I'm probably going to put several hundred seeds going down this trench. Ta-da! Easy as that. And now here's the important part, because we don't want birds to get to them, yet we don't want them to be too deep, because if they're too deep and moist, they're not going to be able to break through the soil and germinate. And if they're too shallow, when I water, they're going to get knocked to the top, or the birds are going to come kick around and dig in here and steal them. So we're going to put 1/4 inch of soil on top of these. Just really make sure visually, put your glasses on if you need them. My eyes are getting old. Sometimes I need them. 1/4 inch of soil, give or take. Don't worry too much about that. Just 1/4 inch of soil going all the way down. Make sure that all the seeds are covered up with the best soil. And then once we got all the seeds, we're going to give it a light pat, just to kind of bed it in there. There you go. Then we're going to water it in. We're going to water it in really well. And this is the perfect time of year because it's going to be August tomorrow. And seeds, they don't germinate with light. They actually germinate with warmth. And that's why they sell the heating pads. When you germinate seeds early inside, those heating pads are just to create that ideal temperature for germination. So the sun will come out later and start the process, and we will see lettuce like this in about 3 to 6 weeks. And you can see this lettuce is in all stages. This is like perfect eating lettuce. We have some really nice kale growing here, and there's one crowning already. So I really love this roughly lettuce. I'll probably let this go to seed for seed stock. And that's it. So if you enjoy my videos, quick money saving tips, art, social commentaries, please subscribe, it helps. And I want you to take care of yourselves and take care of each other, because I believe how we treat each other on the streets, that's our ultimate reality. So let's start treating everyone the way we would like to be treated. And I hope that you all want to be treated with love and respect. Bye for now. Take care of yourselves. Bye.